What's up, YouTube? Guess where we at? Guess where we at? We in New York City, y'all. I think I'm looking at we looking at Brooklyn across the way. We finna get ready to go see the Statue of Liberty. We're gonna get on the boat. We're gonna get on the cruise, and then we're gonna get a good look at Manhattan. We're gonna get a good look at New York, and we're gonna get a good look at the Statue of Liberty. So we're gonna see how that go. It's raining out there. It's raining out there, so I might have to switch over to my other camera that's waterproof. But if y'all can see the boat over there, right here, that's what I'm gonna be on. I think I'm getting ready to go at 11:30. The Brooklyn Bridge, there it is. My first impression of New York, man, is just like the movies. I promise you. Anything you could think of. The hot dog stands on every corner. The traffic is real, man. The tight roads and people beeping the horn, like people walking everywhere. New York is just like the movies, I promise you. They got down to the buildings, everything is correct. Like, I feel like I'm walking in a movie, I promise you. We gotta go on a bit of a walk. I'm gonna have to pull out the GPS. See where we gotta go. All right, y'all, I'm gonna tap in when I get to the destination. There go our ride, y'all. I don't know about this, but let's see. Let's get to the Statue of Liberty. But it's too cold. It's about to be May, and it's 40 degrees out here, freezing rain. Look what I had to do, man. I did not come prepared for the weather. There go to Brooklyn Bridge. Is they leaving me? Oh, it's just floating upside down. All right, let's go. We made it in, y'all. I can't remember the last time I was on a boat. Not remember. Yeah, it's on here. Look at them crew. Ain't nobody doing it like me, man. Like, comment, subscribe. I'm telling you.
All the hills, every tree, and then we look at that map and ignore the hills completely. There's straight lines, right angles, 50 number.
They go to city, y'all.
But that's we become the biggest city by 1840.
Welcome to Manhattan.
By the end of the century. But there's all 5 stories for most of that. And the first thing he built between the ships was not buildings, but the towers of this bridge we're under now, the Brooklyn Bridge, the first bridge over the East River. This opens in 1883. It was 100 years after the American Revolution, pretty late in the day. But you see, we were the biggest port in the world for most of that 100 years. So the East River is full of ships. Remember the waiver tree? That's how big the ships were. So any
go to Brooklyn Bridge.
Giant leaps of the skyscraper massive ships could fit underneath, and no one could build a bridge as long as this high until they developed something now take for granted: the steel cable that holds up the Brooklyn Bridge. The massive steel cable in the 19th century, John Augustus Roelly designed the Brooklyn Bridge, longest bridge in the world when it opened. 1,595.5 feet, but steel cable holds span, and steel girders built towers taller than they did before. You don't see the steel in the towers because different the steel is a new thing. Some people are nervous about new things, so keep them calm. The Roman side was that the height of steel inside stone, even though they knew the steel was stronger. But the people of bridge go up, took 14 years to build. And when it started, we're still a 5-story city. Before it was just a couple of years in, we're building our first skyscraper.
Absolutely beautiful. You might think about moving here.
Breaking the fire started with steel technology first used to by the Brooklyn Bridge. The Brooklyn Bridge is what makes this city possible. You look at the East River, you see later bridges where we cross the steel port. You got the Manhattan Bridge, 1909, and then the Williamsburg Bridge, 1903. And you can
Next
see
stop,
through their towers. So you might
Statue of Liberty. There you go.
I can't take the bus over the Brooklyn Bridge. It's too heavy to haul out, seriously.
Way down there.
Manhattan Bridge, the Williamsburg Bridge, they can take vans, buses, cars, double-decker really impressive in Williamsburg. Williamsburg ran opened in 1903, 20 years after Brooklyn Bridge. We didn't have a subway running yet, but we knew it was coming. But before we could build those bridges, there was something about New York City that had to change. And the thing to remember, when we opened the Brooklyn Bridge, and the bridge between two separate cities, New York just Manhattan, Brooklyn, its own city. New York's the biggest city in the country by then, since 1840. Brooklyn's the third
Man,
biggest by that.
the city is beautiful, man.
It's only 10, 6 years old now, so these are two major cities. When you got two major cities, you gotta keep the mayors happy, and the only way that the Brooklyn Bridge built, you had to go to the city hall in Manhattan, where they said, I can get a bigger house. I knew that all the words was in Lower Manhattan.
Here comes the Statue of Liberty.
Working on time, you can build more bridges. We gotta get rid of these millionaires. And there's no consequence. Transit's destiny. 15 years of Brooklyn Bridge open. Just now the all working on our 23rd tunnel, the big project now. We've also built the first 30 years of Williamsburg for the time. We're still in the second country. It's twice as big as the second biggest city. And we just set a record last census, 8.8 million people in 5 rows. The whole started down there. See the bridge strip just back to the way of the boat, okay? That's Wall Street. That was the road that and the Dutch ships. So one day the British ship showed the south end, they remember their guns and the Dutch surrendered. British didn't fire a single shot. Now before you say, wow, the Dutch must felt pretty stupid about that, I'm sure they did. But obviously the British felt 9 years later when they forgot to up, not even a day off. Including my own people, but like many Americans, I went to soccer all around, all through the port of New York. My mother's side was earlier. Her people went in through Battery Park, and Castle Cliff was by the Castle Garden earlier, as you saw, much tinier immigration center. Time my father's side comes over, 1910, 1911, that's the point. Now you had to get better before it let you off the island, even that 2 months. When the old bridge only got through, over 97% of the immigrants got through. But 1924, we changed our immigration policy. That's really when this country shut the door. That was Island stays open for another 30 years. So that point, more of a place for holding illegal immigrants, making areas like the more prison and processing center. 1954, the world was where the hotel. Really, we're so psyched.
There it go, y'all. Lady Liberty. Famous Statue of Liberty.
That's not her original color. That's the copper statue. But she up the 1886 she was the color of Grand Penny. Now the printing for the upper is all over pretty fast.
Boy, it's so cold out here. I'm out here for y'all.
The metal's not very thick. You take 2 minutes to press it.
Come on.
Fellas, we the people, we have neighbors, I think it's represented by the type of straight step.
Here we go, y'all.
Yes. We have things to face.
Boy, my hand is frozen.
Before we built the war in 1812. The sport's still there, it's very popular.
You're not gonna get on it today. It's too cold for that.
The model elevates the Starship. That is true. That is true. But above me on the board, I'm going to put our dime in this project. Will the people of America like the idea of raising money for the base? Designer Richard Morris Hunt, whole thing statue base opened in 1886. As entitled Liberty Enlightening the World, a personification of the American idea of liberty as a Roman goddess, standing triumphant over slavery, the feet crushed the chains of slavery. It's all conceived the wake of the American Civil War. She's showing that triumph to the whole world and spikes her crown from the 7 seas, the 7 continents. Now, yeah, you can see the bridge now. She looks now. Remember the bridge. She looks like she's looking at the bridge. That was made in 1960. Now the narrowest crosses is the gateway to the ocean. She's looking beyond the oceans. Europe, the old world, showing what the new world has achieved. That's what the statue meant. That's what the artist intended. But now the statue has another meaning. One of the artists did not intend. One of the people did not perceive it first. So one person figured out this other meaning of the Statue of Liberty early on, even before the statue went up. In 1883, they're doing a fundraiser in New York City for the base. They contact a local writer, a woman named Emma Lazarus, and asked her to contribute a poem to the fundraising effort. Emma Lazarus came from